In this video, we are going to discuss the mode of the raw data. So, most of us know the mode of a variable is the most frequent observation that occurs within the data set. Meaning, does something occur more often than anything else? If it does, that is the mode. A data set can be what we call bimodal. That means that it has two modes, two numbers that occur the exact same number of times more than any of the other any of the other data values. Can also have trimodal, meaning three or more modals, or it can also have no mode. No mode means that everything occurs the exact same number of times. You can have everything occurring twice, but nothing occurs more often than something else. Therefore, it's a no mode. Let's look at this example. The following data represent the flight times in minutes of 6 flights from Las Vegas to Newark on Continental Airlines. We have 282 minutes, 270 minutes, 260 minutes, 266, 257, 260 minutes. We want to find the mean, the median, and the mode for this data set. Remember that mean, we have two different symbols. We have x bar or we have mu. X bar represents the sample mean. Mu is the population mean. So the first thing that we need to do is determine, is this a sample or is this a population? Let's look at the data and think about this. There are 6 flights from Las Vegas to Newark. Do you think that there's more than 6 flights ever from Las Vegas to Newark? Yeah, there's been a lot more than 6 flights. Therefore, this is just a sample. So we're going to be using the x bar. So x bar, we're going to add all 6 of these values up. When we add those up, we get 1,595. We divide by 6 because that's how many data values there are. When I divide by 6, I get 265.8 minutes. Recall that I want to round my mean to one more decimal than our data values. So currently our data values are whole numbers. I want to round one more decimal place. So that is why I just have one decimal place here. Now then, for median, recall that it's identified as a capital M. I want to first put the data values in order from the smallest to the largest. I don't want to just take the middle of this data set right now. I want to make sure that it's in order before I even look at discussing the median. Where I put this in order, I have 257, 260, 260, 266, 270, and 282. Whenever we look at this, remember we can mark off one for one, or we can multiply by 0.5 the number of data values that we have. That just gives me the position that we're looking at. So I'm looking at these two numbers are my middle values. I'm going to have 260 plus 266 divided by 2. In other words, I'm taking the mean of these two values. Anytime I have two values in the center, for my mean, for my median, I need to take their mean. So my median is 263 minutes. And you'll notice that I am putting units on here. It's very important because Otherwise, I'm looking at this saying 263, what, seconds? Hours? Now, logic would probably tell us minutes, but we don't know that. Now then, I want to look at the mode. And it's easier if I look at the mode for the data whenever it is in order from least to greatest. Because I can then see, does anything occur more than once? Well, looking at this data, 260 occurs twice, everything else just occurs one time. Therefore, the mode of this data is 260 minutes. We have now found all three of the measures of center for this particular data set. If we continue looking at this, mode, it just means something that occurs more often than anything else. Therefore, we can find the mode of qualitative data also. Mode does not just mean quantitative data, values with numbers. Mode can be used for qualitative or quantitative data. Now, mean and median is strictly for quantitative data, those data sets with actual number values. But mode can be taken over with the qualitative data as well. This data represents the vice presidents of the United States and their birth state. So we want to find the mode. So notice John Adams was born in Massachusetts. Thomas Jefferson was born in Virginia. We have taken this table of data right here, and we have counted up how many vice presidents were born in Massachusetts. There were 3. How many vice presidents were born in Virginia? There were 2. This gives me a quick look at the number of vice presidents born in each state. So if I look here, 8 is my largest. It is the one that occurs more often than any of the others. Therefore, the mode is New York. New York produced, or was the birth state, for the most number of vice presidents of the United States. If we look here, these are the 3 types of measures of central tendency. In other words, the middle that we're looking at. Mean, median, and mode. Again, recall that we have mu for the population mean and x bar for the sample mean. They're calculated the same way, but we need to get in the habit of using the correct symbols and notation. Recall that a capital N is our population size, lowercase n is our sample size. Basically, the mean is our center of gravity. We take into account all the data values and we divide. The median, please remember to arrange in ascending order, the smallest to the largest first, and then we're going to divide the data in half. So half of the data is below that number and the other half of the data is above that number. The mode is just the most frequent. I would like for you to work on mean, median, and mode for different data sets, and then let me know if you have any questions.